Please check in audio and video settings, boss. If you have missed last class, don't attend this class. If you have missed last class, please don't attend this class. Okay, leave this meeting, leave this class session. Anyhow, I'll upload both sessions, session 1 and session 2 to the YouTube. Watch both the sessions back to back. Watch both the sessions back to back. I think session 1 is already there in the YouTube, guys. So after uploading session 2, you can watch session 1 and session 1 together. Please. Okay. Right. Now listen. What is debugging? Debugging is a methodological process of finding and reducing number of bugs or defects in a computer program or piece of hardware, thus making it behave as expected. As expected. Is that clear, guys? Okay. No YouTube live. You have to attend by joining in the meeting. Fine. You want session or YouTube live? Great fellows. Concentrate. Yes. Now listen, guys. In Java, to go for debugging, we have a JDB tool and IDE supply debuggers. IDE supply debuggers. JDBC is a CU based, not so user friendly. Leave it. So always prefer working with what? IDE supply debugger. In real-time company, where we need debugging, where exactly we need debugging to find and analyze and fix logical problems and errors. We are not getting expected output. Why it is not getting? What is the flow? Which logics are executing? Which lines are executing? Which lines are not executing? If unit testing is failed, then we also then we use debugging to fix the program. That time unit testing based debugging we do, guys. After joining the company, that too in the existing project, the programmer perform debugging process to know the flow in the project. If the project is in production, the bugs received will be fixed only after seeing log files and after performing debugging. So these are the 4 areas. Maybe other areas may be there where debugging will be used a lot. Okay, guys. Number 1, as part of debugging, these are the things we do, boss. Identify the error, find the location of the error, analyze the error. Okay, prove the analysis. What you are assuming, make sure that yes, that your analyzation is correct. Cover lateral damage. In the process of correcting the code, other problems may arise. So try to cover that lateral damage. Then fix and validate all the problem. Direct problem and indirect problem, everything you have to fix. Nice, boss. Okay. You have to run Eclipse application in debug as mode, guys. These are the various shortcut keys we are having. Let me revise just. F5, step into to get into method details. Method call detail. That means get into method definition. Step over. Just executes the line, goes to next line. It never get into details, boss. Step over. Okay, that's F7, step return. From current method definition, it returns to the caller method. F8 goes to next breakpoint. Control R, run to line. Okay, from the current place, it will go to the place where cursor is blinking. Drop to frame. If you want to execute certain method definition once again from the beginning, we have to use drop to frame utilization. Shift to F5. That means step filter. You don't want to see certain classes, certain packages participating in the debugging process. Then we have to go for step filters. Other day I have given beautiful option, boss. Next one, step selection. Step into selection. You selected line, not the cursor blinking. You selected the line. You want to get into the details from the current location to that selected location details. Then we have to go for step into the selection. Okay. See, boss, there are 1,000 lines of code. Do you want to see flow of execution from line 1? Mostly no. You want to start flow of execution from 500 line. So that's why you have to create a breakpoint. Breakpoint is a point from where, okay, debugging should be started. Up to breakpoint line, code executes normally, output comes normally. But from breakpoint line, okay, code comes by showing the each and every flow. So that's why it helps us how the flow is going, and it also helps us to fix the problem. Two types of breakpoints are there, guys: method breakpoint, line breakpoint. Line breakpoint is very, very popular, and we have seen how to work with the filters and other things. Other day we have taken small application, boss. There we have seen all analyzation. Today, let me take one serious application, boss. Serious spring based layered application. Sir, I don't know spring, nothing to worry. I don't know spring, nothing to worry. You need not to worry about such things, boss. Okay. So wantedly, I'm removing filters, boss. Wantedly, I'm removing filters. Java, step filters I am removing. Debug, step filtering, step filtering. Okay, I'm just deselecting this. Use step filters. If I remove that, or select it, or you remove, you deselect something. That's up to you, boss. That's up to you. Deselect, 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 deselect. Okay, deselect anything related to Java, deselect. Okay, fine, boss. So generally we work with these packages a lot now, boss. That's why. Okay, class loader also deselect. Apply, use. Those who attended last class, they know what is step filter. Beautiful option, boss. Okay, now just refresh the project once. Refresh the project once. If possible, clean the project once. Clean the projects once to come out of the effect, nothing else. Okay, guys. Next one. Next one. I'm going to. This is my Spring MVC application, boss. Not Spring MVC. Spring Core Module related layered application. Spring Core Module related layered application. What is today's date, guys? 25th. 25th. 25th session 2. 25th session 2. Listen, boss. Standalone layered application. Layered application components. Standalone layered application components. Yes. We have a client application, boss. We have a client application talking to controller, boss. Controller talking to service class. Service class talking to what? DAO. DAO talking to database. DAO talking to database software. If needed, DAO uses, come on. If needed, DAO uses. No, why are you worried about YouTube live, boss? You need session or YouTube live? Huh? Great fellows. Completed engineering still don't know priorities of the classes. Okay, client application, controller class, okay, service class, DAO class. So other day we used to see the flow of execution. We used to see the flow of execution through storyboard. We used to big storyboards I used to write, but now not required, guys. After completion of the coding, you want to see the flow of execution. You can just depend upon the debugging process. So this is the project, guys. Okay, but you have to create one or other breakpoint, no doubt in that. I'm going to client application, boss. I'm going to client application. I'm going to client application. Okay, here I created a breakpoint over here. I'll create different breakpoints, don't worry. I created breakpoint for the getBean method. Because up to this, I just don't want to see the flow of execution. From here, I want to see the flow of execution. Okay, now tell me what should I do? Control F11. Yeah, control F11 is just running the application. Okay, so we'll go for only F11, boss. F11 talks about debugging. Control F11 run application. Okay. Right, boss. Enter customer name. Yes, enter your customer name. Raja. Address Hyderabad. Principal amount 30,000. Okay, guys. Tell me customer rate to time 12 months. Array, see, code execution happens from the beginning, but it won't show the details of the flow. Okay, up to which point? Debugging point. Up to which point it will not show. Now it is now coming. You want to know details of the getBean method? Which one is calling internally? Then you have to say F5. F5. Sir, we are getting source code. Yes, source code will come. If you are using Maven, Gradle kind of thing, source code comes automatically, guys. See, getBean is internally calling do getBean. It's not a servlet one. So far, we don't know. We think that getBean only doing everything. See these guys, that do getBean, again F5 boss. Okay, he's calling one more thing. Transfer bean name method. That is the method is calling. I want to get into its details. Okay, F5. So that is calling one more method. That is displaying some assert messages. Object not equal to null. So now name starts with array. It's a string class. No, I don't want to. Step over. Next. Okay, step over. Next line. Get a singleton. It will check in the internal cache, guys. I want to see what kind of code is there for internal cache. F5. Return singleton. F5. Okay. F5. Now it is now getting into the details. Map collection. It is getting into map. At least now got a confirmation for internal cache. It is internally using map collection kind of thing. But I don't want to waste time in core Java setup, guys. So it is fine, not there. It found not there. Return null executed means it is not there in the internal cache. So that's why. Okay. Now tell me. Next is checking one more thing. Is singleton is in current creation? Is singleton is in current creation? Okay, it will check whether it is in current creation. So I'm using F6. I don't want to get into details. Yes, boss. Next. See, guys, Mark has created a lot of things are there. Lot of things are there. It will call nearly so many methods internally, boss. Okay, taking bit of time. Taking bit of time, guys. See, in that process, what happened? Some objects are created. All these things are happening, boss. Okay. Next, bean creation end of the bean creation. Coming to do get. Coming to this. Now we got this one, boss. See, guys, why constructors are executed here? Because it's a bean factory container. In bean factory container, all object creation is lazy instantiation or not? Yes, boss. Okay, boss. Okay. Yes, boss. No, I don't want to get into step over. I want to know the details of process. The people who are asking question about what is F5, what is F6, start leaving the meeting. Start leaving the meeting. Number one. Number two, don't worry about the code. Mr. Ajad Kumar, Sritam, technology is not important. Flow is important. Flow is important. This is a Spring code. Without attending Spring, how can you understand what is being? So focus on flow. Right? Because I have to cover all the use cases. One Spring application, one Spring MVC application, one servlet application, one core Java application, everything I will cover. Okay, boss. F5. It is going to process customer method of. It is going to process customer method of controller class. See, controller class, main controller, process customer. Yes, he is now creating DTO. I don't want to see object creation details, guys. F6. You want to see details of how these methods are executing? Then F5. No, I just want to bypass F6. 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 But I just want to see how last line is executing. So then F5. Okay, calling getter method first. Done. Then F5. Now going to parse into method, parse float method, F5, getting into details of string class. There something is happening. So some loops are happening. Loops are happening. Okay, you want to get, come out of the things, say F6. Okay, now next one. Now calling service class method. What is this? Service class method. F5. Now coming to service. Now it is executing business logic, boss. Executing business logic, F6, converting, creating BO class object. What object, guys? BO class object. Done. See, earlier we used to write storyboard to understand this kind of flow, boss. To understand this kind of flow, earlier we used to write storyboard. Now storyboard is required. We can feel that one directly in the debugging itself or not. Okay, F6, DAO. Now I want to get into DAO class, boss. So what is that? F5. F5. Understanding? And you can enable watch variables also, boss. Show view. Where is this? Show view debug. Show view debug. I can enable watch variables. Where can I see that watch variables kind of thing? Yes. Variables. Whatever variables are encountered, they are coming over here. Now tell me, it is now talking to connection. F6. F6. You want to know the details of how predefined get connection method is working? They F5. Not interested? F6. Takes time. Connection establishment, it takes bit of time, boss. Now connection is established. So these are the various things that are involved. Okay, see, connection belongs to T4C connection class. So next one, F6. Preparing prepared statement object, taking bit of time. Internally, so many things should execute in debugging mode. F6. Setting query parameter value. Now executing the query. F6 only, because I don't want to get into details. See this? Okay, success or failure. One means failure. No, if a failure comes means, if one comes, what happens? I want to know. Then you can change to 1. You can change to 0. If 0 comes, what happens? I want to know. Then you can change to 0. Are you getting my point there, guys? We can change in the middle of the execution. Come on. Success comes, we know the flow. But if failure comes, what happens? How the flow is going? I want to know. You can change the value in the middle. Alright, this is not the first time. Other day also we discussed it, right? Yes, F6. Closing PS. Closing connection. Close return count. Yes. Now coming back to the service class. Okay. Now again F6. Coming back to service is returning to controller. Controller is now returning to client application. Client application displaying the result. We are having SOP. If you don't want to see details of SOP, just say F6. Nice. Okay, boss. Then end of the application. See this? F6, end of the main method, end of the terminated. We are getting terminated message or not? Tell me, boss, we are able to see the flow nicely or not? We are able to see the flow nicely or not? Okay. I will tell one more beauty now, boss. This is really nice. Okay. So when you are able to know how the flow is going, from which place to which place is going, and we are able to see the data changing, data changes according to the flow. So you will take some inputs expecting some outputs, and while executing logic you will expect some changes. So if changes are not expecting according to our thought process, definitely we will try to rewrite the code or not. Definitely we'll try to rewrite the code. Like this, debugging is very helpful to solve logical problems or not. Debugging is very helpful to simply solve logical problems or not. Right. Now listen. Very interesting thing I will tell now. Very interesting thing I will go. I will get into factory.getBean method, boss. F3. In Maven Gradle, source code comes automatically. Okay. Do get bean F3 source code. I want to keep a breakpoint here. I don't want to start flow with my user defined class. I want to start flow from debugging flow from predefined class. That's another beauty. Not only on user defined classes you can create breakpoint. If needed, internally used predefined classes also can be used for what? Breakpointing. Now you observe, I'm removing breakpoint here, boss. I'm removing breakpoint here, and after that I'm creating second breakpoint here. Okay, now you run the application. Stop it, boss. Yes. F11. So F11 means it is a running application or debugger. It's not debugging. Okay. Otherwise you use this option. Debug as Java application. Yes, boss. Now tell me, Raja, Hyderabad, principal amount 40,000, rate of interest 2, time is what? Rate of interest 2, time is 10. Time is 10 months. See this, guys? It has come to debug mode, guys. It has come to, see, it has directly started here only. It has directly started with respect to predefined class. Are you noticing it, guys? It is not. That means I can create breakpoint in the predefined classes that are internally used by our user defined code. Are you noticing? But only the thing is, you will get the source code of predefined classes automatically for F3 key while working with Maven Gradle kind of thing. Maven Gradle kind of. If it is other environment, you have to configure source code separately with Eclipse IDE. So one more reason to come and use Maven and Gradle is you need not to arrange decompiler separately. They will come up with built-in decompilers. They will come up with what? Built-in decompilers. Are you listening my statement, boss? Yes, we can add breakpoints. Okay, we can add breakpoints not only in programmer developed user defined classes. Okay, and also in tell me, and also in, come on guys, also in predefined classes that are internally used by, come on, okay, that are internally used by our user defined classes. User defined classes. Yes, like in HTTP servlet, generic servlet for servlet people, string class, system class, okay, dispatcher servlet, come on. Hmm. Okay, class path, XML application context, and etc. Next one, boss. Next one. While working with Maven, comma, Gradle build tool, we get, come on guys, built-in Java decompilers. Built-in Java decompilers. That means there is no need of so that means there is no need of arranging decompiler separately. Yes, guys. To see source code, guys, what is that? To see source code, F3, boss. To see source code, to open details of current class or interface or enum, okay, enum and etc. F4 like this. Lot of shortcut keys are there, don't worry about it. Okay, boss, now control has come here. Now tell me, yeah, if you want to see hierarchy, no, we have a lot of shortcut keys, boss. Okay, if you want to see hierarchy, one more shortcut key is there. You want to see hierarchy of this class, huh? So right now we are in this class, boss, and you are interested to see the hierarchy of this class. See, you say F4, what is coming? Details are coming, and along details are coming at the same time hierarchy is also coming. Details are coming and hierarchy is also coming. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. To see details of current class, including hierarchy. Yes, fine. No, right now my focus not on that. Now come back to this. Come back to this. Where is our story? Abstract factory. That's cool. Yeah, this is the story, boss. Now tell me, F6 going to next line. F6 checking singleton is there in the current cache or not? Not there. So F6. Okay, currently in current is in current creation or not? No. So get bean factory. So is there any parent bean factory? So make bean as created. No. So it is now getting into application startup.start. So many things it will do, boss. You feel you are blessed with so much abstraction. You need not to do all these things, boss. Dependency you need not to check. See which is target, which is dependent. So a lot of things it will check, boss. Lot of things. You if you feel learning code that I am writing is complex, that think about those people who are doing these many things internally, boss. Right. No, I had enough flow, boss. I had enough flow. I want to go to next breakpoint. So then we have to go for F8. What is that? F8. It is taking time, guys. So it is now happily coming to next breakpoint or not? F8 means, okay, so enough is enough. Okay, now I got my details. I don't want to waste further time on further details. So I just want to see the flow from next breakpoint onwards. You just press F8, it is coming there. You just know while doing debugging also you can add breakpoint dynamically. Really, sir? Yes. You want to see that? Go to Java JWE prospective, boss. Here you go to DAO. DAO. Now I want to see directly coming here. I don't want to waste time. I just want to check whether problem is there in the connection establishment or not. So now come here, currently control here. One more time you press F8. One more time you press F8, switch. It is directly coming to get. That means already debugging is started. In that situation also you can add new debugging points. It's not compulsory. You should have idea about debugging points before you start debug. Before you start debugging, dynamically you can add new debugging points. I mean, it's a new, what is that, breakpoints. In the middle of debugging, in the middle of debugging, in the middle of debugging, we can add new breakpoints. We can add or remove. Okay, we can add or remove breakpoints dynamically. We can add or remove breakpoints dynamically. I think you got the idea, boss. Same as, see, last class is fundamentals, boss. Whatever we learn, same thing we are learning here. Okay, fine. Fine. Is that clear, guys? Right. So now let us see how to do debugging on web applications, boss. How to do debugging in web application. Are you understanding? Right. So let's go for debugging on web application. First, I will take a small application, boss. Web application. That means server level debugging. Server level debugging, boss. Super. Are you getting my Are you getting my messages, boss? Some problem in the chat box? I'm not able to give reply to your messages. Okay, let it be. Yeah, debugging on web application, boss. So let us concentrate how to do debugging on web application. So here, instead of run as server, we need to use debug as server, guys. Definitely we need to use what? Debug as server. That's only one option. First we'll take a small application, boss. Then we will move to one Spring Boot big MVC application. Let me create one dynamic web project. Here is my dynamic web project. Okay, dynamic web project. Test web pros 1. Here I am taking debugging. Test web pros 1 debugging. Say next. Deployment descriptor. Yes. We are able to. Yes, guys, some small technical problem here. Wait a minute. I'm taking a small servlet or JSP, your choice, boss. You can take anything. Here is my servlet, boss. Test servlet. Okay, it's asking package name, com.nt.servlet. Yes, here is my test servlet. Say next. URL pattern. What is there, guys? Test URL. Test URL. Okay, finish. Yes, boss. Now tell me here. Test servlet, boss. Here is my test servlet. Yes. Tell me, service method is good, writing do get do post methods are good. Public, guys. It's better to check public. Yes. Get print writer. Get print writer. Print writer PW is equal to res dot get writer. I think everyone knows this code. Easy code, right? Control plus shift plus O, guys. So here I am taking response. Set response content type. Response content type. Set response content type text slash HTML. Super. Now I'm just writing one message, guys. pw.println bold date and time. Bold date and time. New java.util.date. New java.util.date. Are you listening my statement, boss? Java.util.date. Next. Okay, I just want to print some numbers, boss. Okay. Display name. Display names. Okay, fine. To give the feeling, there is a iteration. I is equal to 1. I less than or equal to 10 plus I. Plus I. Tell me, guys. pw.println br. So I'm just taking one name Raja. Okay. I'm taking one name Raja. Some space. NBSP semicolon. I think you know that. NBSP semicolon. I want multiple spaces, guys. Okay. NBSP semicolon plus I. Okay. This is a string now, boss. Let me keep like this only. Plus I. Plus I. Now tell me. pw.println. Okay. End of web component. Something. End of web component. Yes. Here is my BR, boss. Here is my semicolon. Let it be, boss. Yes. Now. Right click. Tell me here, debug as debug on server. It's a local Tomcat. It's a local Tomcat, boss. Say next. Debug as a server, boss. Yeah, you can use JSP also. JSP also, no problem. Okay. Remove all, boss. Finish. Okay. Yes, boss. Now I'm giving request here, boss. I'm giving request here. What is the request, boss? Achha, I didn't keep any breakpoint. Let me keep one breakpoint here. Let me keep one breakpoint. So I am keeping breakpoint here itself. Print writer, get writer itself. There itself, I am keeping one breakpoint. So now let me give test URL. So internal code, it will happily execute internally up to that point. Yes. Now see these guys, all the threads that are involved, all the components that are involved, everything is reflecting over here or not? Everything is reflecting over here. Are you able to feel, boss? Yes. And now I want to ask one small question, boss. Can I ask one small question now? Tell me, browser gets output line by line, or all lines together at once output comes? For all lines together output comes at once, or it will give line by line output. Line 1 executed. Okay. Line 1 executed. Output comes on the browser. Line 2 executed. Output comes on the browser. Line 3 executed. Output comes on the browser. Come on. Okay, guys. Output executed, boss. Okay, boss. Now listen carefully. Yes, all statements will execute together. All statements will execute together, and generated output goes to browser. Generated output goes to browser. Now listen. Let me do debugging one more time. I think I have taken debug point here. No, it is not coming. Let me place the debug point here. Yes, this is the debug point we are having. Get into debug mode. Yes, boss. Yes, 1 minute. I'll start. I'll freshly take the things. Don't worry. Right click, guys. Debug as, debug on server. Say next. Say finish. Switch. Right. Now listen carefully. F5. If you want to get into the details of that, F5. Okay, I want to get into the details of that. So right now, see guys, I have created it as a normal project. I have not taken it as a Maven. Am I getting source code? Am I getting source code, guys? No. But still I am saying F5. Still I am saying F5. See this? Flow is going on. Class names are coming. Check it out. Flow is going on. But source code we are not able to see. So you want to come out of that? Come out of that, just come out it. At least now you realized in normal application we are not getting source code. In web application we are getting source code. Is that clear, boss? In web application, is that clear, boss? Come on, are you with me? Right. Next, go for F6. What is that? F6. Next, F6. F6. pw.println date and time. If you want to get into details, you can see the story. Now, see this. You can feel the flow or not? Yes, you can see the flow. In the middle, you try to see the browser. Any output came, guys? Any output came, guys? No. Why? That means what? It will collect all the outputs, together writes to response object. From response object, it writes to browser. Yet once it writes to browser. Come on, recollect your pw.println writes to response object. Response object from there goes to server. Container. From container, it goes to server. From server, it goes to browser. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, boss. Now tell me. So now I'll say F6. 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 Yes, if you want, you can watch the variable. You can change the variables also as needed. You can watch the variable. You can change the variable as needed. Are you seeing, boss? Right. So now you observe. Okay. Wait some time. You can see the output coming on the browser. You can see output coming on the browser. Wait for some more time. Yes, internally it is going to n number of things, guys. Internally container code is executing. Wait for some time. Yes, still it is going to the details, boss. Don't worry. It is still in the details. See, so many things are happening. Did you realize that? See, now output came or not? Are you listening my statement, boss? So we are able to feel the flow or not? It's a small project that I have taken. Right. No, I'm continuously pressing F6 buttons, boss. It is not going automatically. I'm continuously pressing F6 button. So now let us take one bigger application now, which is based on Spring Boot MVC, boss. Which is based on Spring Boot MVC. Shall we go for it now? Right. Yeah, Spring Boot applications also having main method if it is a standalone application. If it is normal dynamic web project, by default source code attachment will not be there. Only for Maven Gradle project, you will be having source code attachment. Understanding my statement, boss? Come on. Right. So shall we get into the discussions, boss? Yes. Now I have a mini project that is developed by using what? That is developed by using Spring Boot, boss. Again, it is also one more layered application. Super. Now you concentrate. Controller. Employee controller here. Employee controller here. Come on, guys. Here is my what? I'm taking one breakpoint here. I'm taking one breakpoint there. I'm taking one breakpoint on. I'm taking one breakpoint on this place. I'm taking one breakpoint on show employee details. What is this? Show employee details. Here I am taking one breakpoint, boss. So here one breakpoint, here one breakpoint. So edit form, no. For update operation, I am taking one breakpoint. Similarly, for delete operation, I am taking one breakpoint. For delete operation, I am taking one breakpoint. Are you listening my statement, boss? Super. Now you try to run. It's a Spring Boot application, but we are least bothered. Again, same thing. Again, same thing. Debug as server. Say next. Remove all. Say finish. Okay. Remove all. Say finish. Let me configure outside browser. Chrome browser. Switch. Okay. Already internal browser is taken. No problem. Switch, guys. Right. Where is this? Employee controller. Employee controller. Why the point is not coming over here? No, breakpoint should come now. Acha, acha, it came 1 minute. Super. Details. So Tomcat server is having some issue. Okay, we'll sort out the issue, don't worry. So started boss. Okay, I stopped the one. Let me do freshly one more time. Right click, debug as, debug on server. Which server, guys? Tomcat server. Finish. Takes time, bit of time. It's still running old one, huh? Employee controller class, guys. Just a minute. I think some technical issue here. Super. It is. Let me set right the setup, boss. Project here. No need of taking breakpoints in multiple places. Let me close all the things. Yes, boss. Right. Let me get the list of breakpoints. Let me delete all of them. Let me put the freshly, boss. Let me put freshly. Yes, too many breakpoints. It's giving problem, it seems. Right. Okay. Show employees. Okay. Show employees. Nice. Next one. Here we are having. Let me put the breakpoint here. Right. This just taken 3 breakpoints, boss. Right click. Run on. What is this? Debug on server. Tomcat, boss. Say finish. Debug on server. Taking time to launch it. Okay, no problem, guys. No problem. Here, what is the thing? Welcome. I will type welcome here. I'll type welcome here. I will type welcome here. So when I type welcome, it has to come to this place, boss. Maybe taking time. It has to come to this place. Welcome. So welcome. Why it is not getting into the flow, boss? Why it is not getting into the flow? I think 1 minute. I think it's my mistake. URL is employee/welcome. Because we are using Thymeleaf here. I forgot that. It's my own application only. Employee/welcome. Now have a look. Yes. Now you observe, boss. No, not a error. It is, well, employee/welcome is the URL. Now control came here. Now let's have a look, boss. F6. It is going internally, taking time. F6. Do invoke. See, it's going to different places, boss. Setting the response status. Yes. Invocation handler, executing different methods. It will show. Takes time. Lot of things should happen now, boss. Takes time. You have to wait. F6. F6, F6. No, I felt I had enough flow, boss. Now I'll say F7. Now F7, do get off HTTP servlet is executing. Nice. So look at the server console, still output has not come. F7, F7, F7. We are coming out of the various method definitions, boss. We are coming out of the various method definitions. See, so many things are happening. We think that we are just returning logical name and end of the story. End of the story. But see, so many things are happening internally. Are you realizing that? See, now we got the hyperlink. Now we got the hyperlink. So now I click on hyperlink. I click on hyperlink, boss. I click on hyperlink and I will say F8. I want to go to next breakpoint. See, guys, it's coming to show employees. Are you noticing it, boss? Are you noticing it, boss? Tell me. So there I said F6. F6, it is connecting to database, getting all the details, boss. It is connecting to database, getting all the details, taking time. One more time you say F6. Yes, boss. Putting into map collection F6. Return show employees. Return show employees F6. Getting into details. Come out of that. Come out of that. Do invoke. Do invoke. Do invoke. Yes. Yes. Now you observe here. Okay. Still not coming. You have to do some more things. Takes time. Takes time. Yes, boss. Yes. Do get method. Okay. Now you observe this. Yes, boss. Yes. Okay. Just wait. Just wait. Or you can press F. You can press what? F8 to go to next breakpoint. To go to next breakpoint, definitely what? It has to complete previous breakpoint activities, boss. Definitely it has to complete previous breakpoint activities. Give some time. Give some time. Or you press F8, it will go to next breakpoint, guys. It will go to what? Next breakpoint. Yes. See, guys, we got the report here or not? See, what are the things that are happening internally? We are able to see how many threads are involved, what are the various things that are involved inside that. All the things we are able to observe are not there. Are you seeing that one, boss? Come on. Are you observing that one, boss? So now I would like to perform edit operation, boss. I want to perform edit operation. Okay, boss. So now let's go for what? Let's go for what? F8. F8. Otherwise, we click on edit. This is the edit button, boss. Yeah, when you click on edit, control comes to this place because here we have kept what? Here we kept what? One more breakpoint. Says, I want to get into details of this. So F5. It's going to service class. Service class is calling one more method. That is DAO. Getting into details, boss. Continuously press F7. Coming out of that. Get method. Control comes here. Copying to EMP. Returning this one. Say F8. Now come here until you press edit. Now you have to press edit employee, boss. Now you have to press edit employee. So now tell me here what's happening. The processing is going on. Now you say F8 or F6, your choice to get into details more and more. Yes, boss. Okay. So now you observe this. 789 employee updated successfully. So like this, we can happily enjoy the flow of execution, boss. Come on, come on. Right. Yes. Sometimes Tomcat server will not be local to our computer, boss. Tomcat server will not be there local to our computer. Are you getting my point? It will be in a remote machine. So that time remote debugging is required. So that's another discussion, guys. Right now I don't have setup. Okay, creating Tomcat in the cloud environment and debugging the application flow. It needs some setup. So the day I arrange setup, I will take session on what? How to go for debugging on remote Tomcat server or remote any other web server or application server. I think day one session is very crucial, guys. Day one session is very crucial. And if you have that knowledge, and this is going to be very easy. I hope you benefited with this session, boss. Come on. So forget about your Spring knowledge, Spring Boot knowledge. All these are not required. Are you able to feel the flow of execution or not? Okay. Someone in the chat box said, why are you dragging the session? Am I dragging the sessions or I'm giving depth knowledge? Am I dragging the session? I'm giving depth knowledge. I just want to know. Yes. Okay. One, two dirty people will be there. They don't have any analyzation. Okay. So they are good for nothing. They will be there in Amirpet forever. Right, boss. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. Yes, we can do on Hibernate application. We can do on X application, Y application, Z application, everything. See, wantedly, I will try to solve problems in front of you. I will try to show problems that are coming during setup so that you can also analyze the problem and you can solve the problems. Right. I'll inform remote regarding remote debugging. I have to create the setup first. Once setup is ready, I'll announce the date. Don't worry about it. Thank you, boss. Have a nice time. So session will be uploaded and notes will be uploaded. Don't worry about it. Right. Amit, good. Congrats. You got a job. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time.